gorgeous. I hope you can see me. Hi. Okay, I just watched Twilight last night. So this was the outfit that I said I was going to put on. You can't really see it because I have a small room. Hopefully you can see it now. But my coat is from the Gap. The shirt's Old Navy. The pants are Gloria Vanderbilt, I think. I don't know. I've never heard of that. And my shoes, I wore them because they remind me of Alice, my flats. They are Croft and Barrow, which is my favorite grandma clothing store. Okay. I have to go write paper that's due on Monday, I think. And I have to go write like 4 pages in the conclusion, so bye. I have to write a paper for school. Well, it's more of a proposal. And I'm fairly certain that it's due on Monday. I'm actually not 100% sure. I don't want to be sure about that. And I think I have to write the literature review and the, what else do I have to write? The literature review, the conclusion, and the outcomes from my proposed idea. And I don't want to say I'm a terrible writer, but I feel like a terrible writer. I hate writing for school, especially when I have all this other homework to do. And it's already day 1. I gave myself like 3 days to get this done because I usually spend the rest of my time trying to get my other 4 classes done. And like, a literature review isn't even that hard. I just don't know how do you write 4 pages of a literature review? And the reason it's 4 pages is because there's no set format. It's really up to you. But how am I gonna write a page on the outcomes? I have no idea. I'm writing about, I'm proposing that we repeal Section 14C of the Fair Labor Standards Act in America so that individuals with disabilities don't have to work for sub-minimum wage or less than the minimum wage, which is what, $7.25, and it's been the same, hasn't been raised since 2009. Obviously, even if it had been raised, it wouldn't make a difference because they're still making less than it. And I don't know how to write the outcomes of that. Like, the outcome is that that's not a part of it and they're not going to exploit it anymore. That's it. That's literally the outcome. I guess I should write about, I have no idea, maybe like the benefits up to them. The outcome, okay. Okay, I do have an idea on one of the outcomes. One of the outcomes is that there's no effect on, I don't know how to say that. There's no effect on like taxes and stuff, I guess. I really don't know. Oh, I think that's one of the effects. More jobs. There was actually more levels of employment after. People think that there's going to be less. There was more, and they're actually getting fairly paid for it, which is, you know, a win. So another outcome, fair pay / equal pay. This is good. I'm good at like brainstorming, but I'm just not good at writing. And it's not even that I'm not good at writing. I'm not good at writing for a set deadline. Writing is just something that flows or it doesn't, in my opinion. Obviously, you have to do things to kind of encourage that flow, but somebody sitting, you know, next to me and banging a gong and saying, come on, it's due, get the shit done, it's not conducive to me getting anything done. So writing, I hate writing for school. I prefer to write just to write because I have something and I need to get it off my chest, not because someone's fucking forcing me. It's not fair. It's not good whatever comes out. And also I get so overwhelmed and frustrated that I just genuinely don't even care if it's good or not. Like I'm just trying to turn it in at this point. And honestly, I usually, before I would use ChatGPT to help me write, and I still like use it in the sense that I kind of brainstorm with it, because I mean, if I had a group of friends or someone to talk to, I would just brainstorm off them. But I just kind of like ask it questions basically about the topic, but I don't use it to help me write anymore. I don't like depending on it. It's a crutch, and I feel like if I can't write for myself, then what can I do? But I never ever was able to get like the required pages down. I just don't write like that. Like some people just have that gift where they can write. They can yap on paper and make it sound good and fill the space. I cannot fill the space. Once I have said my piece, I have said it. I have nothing else to, was it corroborate? I have nothing else to add. I'm done. I feel like if I have said and accomplished what I came here to do in 200 words, I don't think I should have to come up with an extra 200 because it fits your requirement. If I said what I said it. I've always hated that. So this honestly might be a page less than what it's supposed to be because I just can't. A whole other page? How? Unless it's like, I'm trying to imagine double spaced, but it's like, there's like one word line up top and there's a one line at the very bottom. A million spaced. Because that's what it's gonna be. And I've never written a literature review before, so I've never even read one. I didn't even know they existed. Same thing for an annotated bibliography. Fuck annotated bibliographies. I prefer my reference page and my works cited. Like, I completely get it. If it's a major research and, you know, it's just a shit ton of annotated bibliography, I think they're really cool. But for a 2-page assignment, I had to do a desk report and they were talking about annotated bibliographies. What the fuck am I gonna do an annotated bibliography for? If you can't read my little article and then go read someone else's little article, talk to it. Talk to it, because you're not talking to me. Remember, it's important that the most important part is to get it on the page, is to create it, because if you don't create anything, then you're not going to be able to edit or revise anything. So just write. Don't focus on the nitty-gritty details. It's better to have it exist than to have it not. So just write, even if it's trash. It's a start, at least. Dude, whenever I had to turn in a paper, there was one time it was bad. Like, I was down bad. I was customizing my line spacing options to just as much as I could get it to like make it, fill it out and make it look like I had written more words than I had. I was making the margins incrementally smaller. Oh, it was insane. It was insane. Doing anything but putting more words. Damn problem. Hi. I'm in the kitchen now. I'm gonna make myself some tea. I guess, you know, you don't really need to tell people what you're doing if you just do it. You know, there's no point for a narration. But do I look like a vampire? That was the only question I had. Do I look like a vampire? Probably not. Like, you might be wondering, you might be like, vampires don't wear glasses. My vampire would. If I was a vampire, I would wear glasses. One, obviously not a prescription, but I would wear them because I've worn glasses all my life and I love these ones. So I find them quite comforting. And also I feel like the mannerisms of like, you know what I mean? Picking them up, putting them on. That's so human. You know, that's so human. You'd never think that a vampire wouldn't, you'd never think of vampire. I dropped my dough. You'd never think a vampire would have glasses because, you know, why would they ever need them? Like, that's so human. And it's so Clark Kent, too. Like, the second you put glasses on, the second you take them off and put them on, people don't recognize you anymore. And it's like, especially if they don't recognize me if I change my hair, too. But anyway, I'm gonna make that viral, what the fuck is it called? But peach honey pastry. I need a clean pan. I'll just use parchment paper. I dropped that too. Jesus. can't do anything. It's only because I'm being watched. It's literally like this is literally why. Oh my god, this is why I refuse to cook with anybody in the kitchen. It's because this bullshit happens to me all the time. I don't know. There's something happens. It's not even that I get embarrassed. It's just legit something fucking happens. And I just can't seem to cook anymore in front of other people. I make the dumbest mistakes. Why is this wet? The dumbest mistakes. I literally dropped my fucking dough on the floor. You know what? Again, I don't even know why I'm making the tea right now. There's no point in making the tea until this is done. It's the... Damn. I let this get so soft. I was thawing it. I just like put it on top of the stove while I let the stove heat up, but that was a long damn time ago. So I can't even like unroll this motherfucker. It's like fucking Play-Doh. But you basically just take like that pastry dough, make your own or buy it from the store. And then you put some frozen fruit on it. I put frozen peaches just because that's what was going around, and that's just what I have. But and then you drizzle honey on it. Or I mean, I feel like maybe you could sprinkle sugar or agave syrup or something. It all works. This is tough. It's only because you're here. I swear, this has actually never happened. I love pastry dough. It should taste so good cooked. I fold up the edges so it doesn't leak too bad, but you know, it still leaks. You know, I would zoom in on this, but nobody needs to see what's going on down in this kitchen right now. I'm gonna have to fucking re-roll that. This is the worst day ever. I just wanted a nice, easy meal. I'm gonna roll it like it's a fucking tortilla. It's just not my fucking night. Not my week. Not my year. Not my life. Anyway, this necklace, I hope you can see it. Like, I got this in my apartment building. We have this giving table and nobody wanted it, and it's just so like, it reminds me, I don't know, it just feels like something maybe Rosalie would wear or something. I just love it. Like, it looks like something you'd see in like the Vampire Diaries or Twilight, and I'm obsessed with it. Not really for that reason. I was obsessed with it before, but oh my, because the stone is really pretty. Looks like marble, but, and then, you know, saw the jewelry from Twilight and I was like, damn, that stuff looks good. This is a nightmare. See why people hate the kitchen. It ain't fun. This ain't pretty. These are gonna be a mess, but hopefully they'll taste good. Okay, I need like actual small peaches because these are so small. Usually I make the pastries a little bit bigger. One of them has a hole, that's great. Usually I can cook way better than this, but it's just not my day. I think I'd be a badass vampire. Ghetto ass dessert, I'll tell you that. Next time I'm actually gonna make this red. Maybe I'll make a ghetto meal thingy. I lost my spoon. Sorry. I used to hate honey as a kid. I think it was just because of the cheap shit. When you actually get stuff that's like made locally, can't get enough of this shit now. Especially when it's like, I prefer like the thick one too, like the solid one. And I just don't get the use of using honey to sweeten hot shit. Even like putting it in there, because like kills all the nutrients. I don't have much else to say. I need some water. I was gonna make some tea, but I'm just like really dehydrated. And I know tea helps with that, but when I feel dehydrated, I need some cold, crisp ass water. Here's what the pastry looked like. Usually I put more peaches, but these ones were just massive. Who the fuck is talking? Who the fuck is talking while breaking? I hate living on the edge of the building some days. Who the fuck is talking while I'm watching Breaking Dawn Part 2? You're disrespectful. I'll never let anybody hurt you. We did not get to see enough of Bella as a mom in this movie, and it actually hurts. Like, it actually breaks something in me. Like, getting to see her and her daughter together, honestly, like, I'm about to cry. Actually, I'm a wuss. I'm about to cry. Look at that. I deserved more of that. Look at the happy family. I deserve to see more of Mama and Papa Swan. I swear. It's water. Hello, loves. Well, that was an end to a not so productive vampire day. I've got almost a page of my literature review, so it's just 3 more pages to go. So I need to write another page tomorrow. I've got my heating pad on my feet just because my feet are cold right now. But apparently I just learned, I can't remember her name, but it was Dr. Tracy. I think her last name might have started with a W. I saw a video of hers on YouTube. And if you like heat up your body an hour, no, I think you should do it about 2 hours before you're about to go to bed. So you heat up, you could heat up your feet, for example, like in a nice, a foot soak, a hot foot soak. Me personally, I just wrap my feet in my electric heating pad, but you heat them up about 2 hours before bed, and you heat them up 2 hours before bed, and then that cool down. I don't even know. I don't know if it's 2 hours, but at least an hour before bed, I think, because it is the cooling down process, the heating up and the cooling down process together that make it. I think it makes you sleepy. I don't know, but I think that's pretty cool. So, for example, I feel like taking a hot bath would be great. Obviously, definitely not an hour before bed, because I feel like that's too close to bed. You need to give yourself enough time to cool down. So maybe 2 hours or an hour and a half would probably be best. But I think that's super cool. A hot bath or a hot shower, you know, which most people already do. So it's good to know that that's supposed to make you sleepy, because I feel like that's helped my brain. Are there any nocturnal YouTubers out there? Because it's 4:25 right now a.m. and I'm about to go to sleep. because I'm an idiot. You know. But I just want to talk about Wuthering Heights. I think this cover is so beautiful. I doubt you can see it, but it's purple. It's shades of purple and pink. It's the Laurel edition. Not sure who the publisher is. Just as a Laurel edition. Dell Publishing. It's so beautiful. It's shades of purple and pink, and Heathcliff is trying to pull Catherine away. She looks quite stationary. I started this book years ago. I don't even know what year. It might have been 2021 because I bought it in a used bookstore for way too much. I don't even know. Like $5. Go to the thrift store if you want a used book. They're way cheaper, like $1 or $2. And I started it and I wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling it. I don't know. Maybe I was bored or something. I genuinely don't remember why I wasn't feeling it, but I just know. I literally stopped in the middle of the book, like in the middle of right in chapter 14. I stopped in chapter 14, and I started it yesterday just because there's been a lot of backlash on TikTok of the scenes behind the scene pictures from the movie that they're making right now of it, and it looks so bad. It looks Margot Robbie, she's blonde. She has such a modern face now. Oh my god. I'm actually really glad that I didn't like this book, and I'm glad that I stopped reading it last year, because if I had enjoyed this book and read it and had read it every single year and got excited for the adaptation and saw that it was shit, devastation. I'm so glad that I can, I don't have to have those high hopes squandered or squashed. But oh my god, the writing is so good. Emily Bronte. Charlotte Bronte wrote Jane Eyre, right? Again, I did not like that book. And it's not because the book was bad. Honestly, it was my brain. Like, I'm the problem. My brain needed to develop. She needed to cook. I genuinely, I comprehend words in such a different way. Especially because classics, were a little hard on my puny brain. So the more my brain develops to adult size, my brain's still not fully developed is the thing. But so far, at age 23, it has gotten easier to read the classics. So I do need to reread Jane Eyre. I loved the first half of the book. If the book had been about that little girl that little orphan girl in that church orphanage, I would have ate that book up. I really enjoyed those scenes. And I was fine when we left to that manor, but honestly, like, we just lost the plot. Like, when we got to the house, I think it's because it's me. I really hate mystery. I hate mystery, and I hate weird shit like that. And we got to the house, and all that weird shit started to happen. The fortune teller, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That man goes blind. It was honestly too much for me. It was too much for me. And imagine how much that would have been for, like, the people back in the day when that book came out. Like, shit was so boring that we were like, oh, good heaven. Like, honestly, that book was not good for my nerves, So I just had to stop. I was like, either I've lost the plot or someone else has, because I don't know what's going on. And this book, I can't even remember. It was probably just boredom, but the prose in this book is so fucking beautiful. Like, in chapter 14 I restarted where I stopped, and it was just hitting. It was beautiful, but no offense, Heathcliff's really an asshole. He's a major douchebag. Like, he's mean. Were they all that mean back then? What the fuck? Darcy was mean. But I got to that scene. You're telling me one of the main protagonists dies halfway in the book? Spoilers. She dies. What the fuck? I was not expecting that. I was like, she dies. Like, in chapter 15, I was like, what the... Chapter 16 or something. Chapter 15, 16, I don't remember, but she dies. What the fuck? But, oh my god. That scene of Heathcliff, like, I need that quote on something. It was so beautiful. I feel like I should read this in an English accent because they were English and everything sounds better. A classic sounds way better in an English accent. I wish Heathcliff's a major douchebag, but I wish someone loved me as strongly as this. Like, this is, I can't even believe that a love like this is possible in real life. Where is she? Actually, I'm gonna read an American accent. I don't know, I didn't think this one would hit. Why, she's a liar to the end. Where is she? Not there, not in heaven, not perished. Where? I don't like it now. Why, she's a liar. Where is she? Not there, not in heaven, not perished. Where? Oh, you said you cared nothing for my suffering, and I pray one prayer. I repeat it till my tongue stiffens. Catherine Earnshaw, may you not rest as long as I am living. You said I killed you. Haunt me then. The murdered do haunt their murderers. I believe, I know the ghosts have wandered on earth. Be with me always. Take any form, drive me mad. Only do not leave me in this abyss where I cannot find you. Oh God, it is unutterable. I cannot live without my life. I cannot live without my soul. Oh my God. I cannot live without my soul. Okay, what does it sound like in an English accent? I get why people love this book. It's beautiful. I repeat it till my tongue stiffens. Hold on. Oh, you said you cared nothing for my suffering, and I pray one prayer. I repeat it till my tongue stiffens. Catherine Earnshaw, may you not rest as long as I am living. You said I killed you. Haunt me then. The murdered do haunt their murderers. I believe. I know that ghosts have wandered on earth. Be with me always. Take any form. Drive me mad. Only do not leave me in this abyss where I cannot find you. Oh God, it is unutterable. I cannot live without my life. I cannot live without my soul. That shit is crazy. You know, it's always, what are you doing? And never,